Y'all, the internet is on fire right now, and it's all because of leaked jail footage that just dropped. And it features none other than none other than GloRilla, like you've never seen her before. Cameras that were never supposed to surface just made their way online, and what's caught on tape has completely turned the narrative upside down. What started as rumors of a scuffle behind bars has now erupted into a full-blown scandal that's threatening her freedom, her reputation, and even her inner circle. And listen, we're not talking about no blurry clip. This is HD angle switching, time-stamped chaos that paints a very different picture than what her team's been pushing. What was GloRilla doing in that cell? Who was with her? And why is everyone from her own label to top bloggers suddenly distancing themselves? One thing's for sure, this wasn't just a bad night or a setup. This was a turning point. The footage proves more than anyone expected, and some fans are now questioning everything they ever believed about Glo. Stay right here, because what you're about to hear next, it'll change how you see her forever. Before we even get to the footage that's got the world in shock, let's rewind, because this ain't just some random viral moment. Nah, this story has roots, drama, and years of tension that built up before that camera ever clicked on GloRilla, the Memphis-born breakout star who took over the rap game with raw energy. And Fearless Bars has always been a lightning rod for controversy. From her explosive rise with FNF, Let's Go, to being crowned one of hip-hop's newest queens, her journey hasn't been anything close to normal. But behind that savage confidence and booming voice, people always said she had demons. And maybe, just maybe, they were right. Let's take it back to early 2024, when whispers started swirling about Glo's sudden falling out with her longtime crew. Her entourage, made up of childhood friends and early-day collaborators, started vanishing from her social media. One of them even tweeted, "Fame don't change you, it exposes you." No names were dropped, but fans connected the dots quick. And who was the only person still standing in the spotlight? GloRilla. Fast forward a few months, and that's when the red flags got louder. The brawl in Atlanta nobody talked about. Until now, word on the street was that Glo had been involved in a private after-party fight during Bet Weekend in Atlanta. Multiple influencers were present, but no one dared speak on what happened until an anonymous Reddit post dropped the details. According to the leaker, Glo allegedly went off on another female rapper, accusing her of stealing a verse and sleeping with her producer. Things got heated. Drinks were thrown. Fists flew. Security was involved. Police showed up, but no charges were filed, least not publicly. Glo's PR team shut the story down within 24 hours, calling it internet fanfiction. But behind the scenes, something cracked. Insiders claim Glo's label, CMG, started questioning her behavior. There were murmurs about missed meetings, late arrivals, and substance issues. One insider claimed they knew something was brewing, but they were trying to protect the brand. She was the cash cow. And then she vanished. No updates, no stories, no tweets, just silence until 2 weeks ago. The arrest nobody was supposed to know about fans were shook when TMZ briefly reported that GloRilla had been briefly detained in connection to a fight at a club in Birmingham, Alabama. But almost as fast as the news went up, it disappeared. The article was wiped. Her team said it was a mix-up, that it wasn't her, that she was in LA. But here's the thing, the streets talk. And now we know they weren't lying when they said something went down. That's because on the same night of the alleged club altercation, police body cam footage was accidentally uploaded to a public-facing server used for training purposes. Nobody caught it at first, but a week later, some eagle-eyed fan did. And right there in the background, handcuffed and visibly emotional, was GloRilla. Still, her team insisted, that's not her. That's someone who looks like her. Except it was her. And tonight, we got proof. Her label started backing away. Quietly, this is where things got even messier. Right after the footage began circulating in underground forums and niche blogs, fans noticed that GloRilla's official Spotify bio changed, key collaborators were removed. Her Instagram, normally filled with baddie shots and music snippets, went cold. No posts in 11 days. More than that, Yo Gotti, the CMG head honcho who once called her the future of Memphis, unfollowed her on Instagram. That's not just shady, that's strategic. That's a quiet dismissal. And now, everyone's asking, what does CMG know that we don't? Because if Gotti's backing away and her team's going dark, this ain't just a PR mess. This is the kind of silence that screams, we're preparing for impact. The fan theories go wild as soon as the jail rumors picked up steam. The internet went into full conspiracy mode. Some fans said she was set up by jealous ops in the industry, wanted her spot. Others claimed she was involved in a money laundering ring through a pop-up boutique her cousin ran, and the wildest theory, that she was covering for someone else entirely, possibly even a murder suspect. While we can't confirm any of those, one thing's for sure, GloRilla was hiding something, and the footage we're about to break down proves she wasn't just briefly detained. She was fully booked, behind bars, talking to someone, saying things that, well, they change everything. And we mean everything. Because what Glo says in that footage doesn't just expose her. It drags down to other major names in the game with her. Names we never expected to be connected to a case like this. Names you'll hear in the next segment. The footage. It ain't just damaging, it's devastating. We've now seen the full, unedited jail cell video, minus 47 minutes long. And from the very moment it starts, you feel it in your chest. This ain't the confident, icy, unbothered GloRilla we've seen in interviews, performances, and videos. No, this is Gloria Hallelujah Woods, the real her. Scared, sweaty, crying in frustration, ranting in disbelief. Pacing the holding cell. In a ragged hoodie, her hair tied back in a way her fans have never seen. And what she said on that tape changes everything. The first bombshell. They told me I'd be protected. Let's start at the 8-minute mark. She's pacing, biting her nail, speaking to someone off camera. Possibly another inmate or an officer. It's unclear. Her voice cracks as she says, "They told me I'd be protected. That this was handled. That they paid everybody off already." Wait, protected from what? Paid off who? That one sentence set the tone for everything that followed. Fans who've studied the clip on private Telegram channels believe she's referring to an earlier incident. Something that her team allegedly paid hush money to cover up. A violent altercation. A backroom deal gone bad. The truth, GloRilla was talking about an artist. She never says the name directly, but at the 10:52 mark, she looks straight into the cell's security camera and says, "If he thinks he can use me as the fall girl, I swear to God, I will burn this whole game down." On my mama, the internet exploded. Fans think she's talking about A-list rapper. Reddit threads went wild, dissecting that moment. She only got one man in her circle that got that much power. One user posted, "He been quiet lately, and now she in cuffs." Twitter or X sleuths started tagging none other than Lil Durk. Why? Because not long ago, the two were seen leaving a private studio session in Miami. And a week later, there were whispers of a shootout in the area, but no charges filed. Just rumors. Just denials. Just silence. But now people are wondering, was Glo covering for someone else this whole time? Was she promised protection in exchange for loyalty? And when that protection failed, did she snap? Because what happens at the 17:26 mark confirms she wasn't just arrested, she was framed. At least in her mind. I took the bag. I didn't. Know what was inside? Yes. She says those exact words, verbatim, on camera. Caught forever. At first, fans thought she was venting out of panic, just saying whatever. But as her hands gesture wildly and her voice cracks with fury, there's no mistaking it. GloRilla is referring to a mysterious bag handed to her outside a club in Atlanta. The very night of the rumored altercation we discussed earlier. I didn't know what was in it. I swear to God I didn't. Why would I carry that knowing there's cameras? Knowing they follow me? I'm not dumb they played me. Insiders are now claiming the bag in question was secured evidence connected to an ongoing investigation. And the theory is that someone planted it on her intentionally. Could this be what she meant by "they told me I'd be protected"? Was GloRilla a pawn in a much bigger game? Because if so, who is behind it? The cellmate confession. He paid the guard off. I heard him. Round the 30-minute mark of the footage, another voice enters. A woman? Her face is never shown. But she's clearly in the same holding cell. She whispers, "You famous, huh? You the rapper? I know who you are." I heard what he said. GloRilla looks up, startled. What you mean? That dude who gave you the bag, he paid off the guard. I heard him say, "Just make sure she don't leave till the news cycle hits." Till the news cycle hits. This ain't a random incident. This was a setup. Timed, coordinated. Media-ready. The internet started connecting the dots. That exact night, a gossip blog posted a blurry arrest image before anyone even confirmed she was in custody. Which begs the question, who leaked the image before police did? And why would someone want to make sure it hit the news? That's not random. That's premeditated destruction. And then, the first twist act, 41-19. Just when things feel like they can't get messier, the biggest bomb drops. GloRilla slumped on the jail bench, rocking slowly. Mumbles, "If they leak that." Footage of me and Keef. It's over. Not just for me, but for all of us. Keef, as in Chief Keef. Let's break that down. GloRilla and Keef were never publicly linked. No songs, no selfies, no paparazzi. But rumors swirled in early 2023 that the two had secret business, and maybe more now. This random comment made in the midst of her jail breakdown is making fans question everything. Was there a hidden connection between the two? And what footage is she referring to? A leaked voice note surfaced just hours after this clip trended. In it, a man's voice alleged to be Keef's says, "I told her to leave it alone. I told her I'm not getting dragged into no case. She wildin' out, that's on her." Authentic or not, fans believe it's real. And if it is, then? Chief Keef just threw her under the bus. Her management team breaks Ryan Keitha's final gut punch of this part. A screenshot of an internal email from GloRilla's management team was leaked anonymously. The email, sent just 2 days after her detainment, reads effective immediately. All press inquiries about Redacted are to be redirected. No statements are to be made. Legal has advised a full distancing strategy. That's PR language for, we're cutting her loose. They're not backing her. They're not defending her. They're erasing her. And now fans are left with one burning question: what's in the second tape? Because according to whispers from a guard at the jail, there's another clip. One that was recorded after this holding cell footage. One that shows a visitor confronting GloRilla and threatening her directly. The footage hasn't dropped yet, but we've got names, and trust me, you won't believe who walked through that door just when the world thought it had seen enough. When the internet had dissected every inch of that leaked cell footage, another bombshell dropped. And this one? It didn't just shake GloRilla's camp, shattered the entire industry. A second video, previously hidden from public view, was quietly leaked through a burner account on X. No caption, no tags. Just 37 seconds of pure chaos captured from a grainy security cam, and a visitor entering that jail room like a ghost from Glo's past. And y'all, it's Ari Fletcher. Yes, the Ari Fletcher. Social media royalty. Longtime on and off boo of Moneybagg Yo, who, don't forget, has collaborated multiple times with GloRilla and is part of the same CMG label. The internet went ballistic. Ari Fletcher confronts GloRilla. In jail? In the newly leaked footage, time-stamped just one day after Glo's booking, Ari walks into a restricted visitation room, escorted by two plainclothes individuals. She's wearing a dark hoodie, head down, but there's no mistaking. That signature walk. GloRilla is already seated at the table. The moment Ari enters, Glo jumps up. There's no hug, no handshake, just a tense silence. And then Glo says, "I told you I was done with him. I told you this had nothing to do with you." Ari responds with a single sentence that's since become viral legend. "Then why'd he transfer money to your account the night before it went down?" Boom. Internet detectives froze that frame. Fans started analyzing bank transfer dates, digging through screenshots, looking for any clue about what went down. The money transfer that tied everything together 2 hours after the second. Footage leaked, a screenshot surfaced, allegedly pulled from a hacked iCloud backup. It showed a $30,000 wire transfer from a Shell LLC registered under Moneybagg Yo's manager to an account linked to GloRilla's merchandising company. The date? The night of the arrest. Coincidence? Nobody thinks so. Insiders now believe that transfer was either payment for silence or payment for a job gone wrong. Either way, it connected to people who were supposed to be just collaborators and dragged Ari directly into the mess. One blogger posted, "So y'all mean to tell me GloRilla was taking bags of cash from Ari's man, while possibly holding a burner bag for Dirk, and getting PR cleaned up by CMG? Nah, that's not a rapper. That's a chess master." The hidden security camera audio, and then it got worse. A new version of the footage dropped just hours later, this time with audio. It starts just moments after. Glo tells Ari she didn't ask for the money. Ari fires back. He said, "You had the footage, the real footage. That if anything happened to him, you were supposed to leak it." Footage? What footage? Fans lost it. What could be so dangerous that Moneybagg Yo wanted it leaked if something happened to him? Now speculation is off the rails. Some say it's a video of a violent altercation involving multiple rappers in an unlisted Airbnb. Others claim it's a clip of a private conversation, one that allegedly reveals extortion, backdoor deals, and a murder-for-hire plot. The wildest theory: that GloRilla was part of a blackmail triangle holding dirt on both Moneybagg and Chief Keef, while Dirk funded it all behind the scenes. Is it real? We don't know. But when Ari leaned forward and whispered, "If that gets out, we all fall CMG bag, even Yo Gotti," the room went silent. GloRilla never responded. She just stared at the table. A mysterious glove, a missing bag, and a deleted video, and just when it couldn't get more suspicious, fans found a deleted Instagram live from 2 nights before the arrest. In it, Glo is seen walking through a dim parking garage with someone off camera, a man with tattoos matching Moneybagg's arm. She's carrying a large Louis Vuitton duffel. Mid-laugh, the man turns and says, "You sure you don't want gloves?" She shakes her head and says, "I ain't leaving prints." That video was deleted within minutes. But of course, the internet never forgets. A fan account reposted it. The caption: "That's not just evidence, that's intent." Was Glo involved in something criminal? Or was she being used, manipulated by powerful men in the industry to do their dirty work, then left to rot? Either way, the public perception has shifted. This isn't just about a jail cell anymore. This is about power, secrets, and betrayal. The leak nobody was supposed to hear the final twist of this section. A voicemail posted anonymously on SoundCloud, allegedly from GloRilla's phone. Dated the same night of her arrest. It's only 12 seconds long, but it's all anyone's talking about. If I don't make it out tonight, the USB is in the black Chanel case. Give it to Jay, give it to Jay. The internet is split. Some think she meant Jay-Z, who's known to mentor young artists in trouble. Others say Jay Bradley, a former CMG road manager who disappeared from the scene last year. One YouTube commenter summed it up best. This ain't JLT. This is music industry war. And GloRilla was caught in the middle. Within minutes of the second video hitting the timeline, the internet did what it does best. It erupted. And this time, it wasn't just the blogs, the fan pages, or the PHO, or the T accounts. Everybody had something to say. The fans, the haters, the exes, clout chasers. Even celebs who ain't posted in weeks came out of hiding. Just to add fuel to the wildfire, the hashtag #FreeGloRilla started trending within 37 minutes, but just 2 scrolls later. So did #Glow set him up, #ReNew, and the one that made jaws drop, #JailFootage Part 3, because people weren't just reacting. They were waiting, foaming at the mouth, for what else could be out there. Rap Twitter went to WAR it. Started with a tweet from a verified fan page. So let me get this straight. GloRilla got paid off, held footage for leverage, and might be the reason Bag ducked his own RICO. Nah, this deeper than we thought. And then, boom, the floodgates opened. Within 24 hours, over 400,000 tweets mentioned GloRilla, most of them not in her favor. And while her die-hard fans fought to defend her, others were tearing her to shreds. Some highlights: Glow ain't innocent. She, a player that got played harder. This would happen when you move with snakes. Nah, y'all forgetting she the one that's locked up. Not Bag, not Keeve, not Dirk. Her, y'all been worshiping this girl and she out here? Running trap missions like it's Call of Duty. And then came the fake insiders, dropping DM screenshots, voice notes, and mysterious hotel receipts that supposedly connected Glow to a July 3rd Miami incident the public never even knew happened. Ari Fletcher's Instagram Live made it worse. Just when things were spiraling, Ari decided to go live, and let's just say, she did not help Glow's case. Looking visibly irritated, sipping on Casamigos, Ari went off for 12 minutes straight. Don't ask me 'bout no girl who moves sneaky. Don't ask me 'bout no girl who talk tough, then cry in jail. Y'all want to support fake chicks? Cool. Just don't tag me. She never said GloRilla's name. But everyone knew at one point she turned her phone to the side and played an audio clip where someone whose voice sounded suspiciously like Moneybagg Yo says, if she crash out, that's on her. She knew what the bag was. Ari laughed and ended the live with a mic drop line. I told him not to trust her. Y'all saw it coming. I just saw it first. Boom. 7.4 million views in 5 hours. Twitter went into cardiac arrest. Moneybagg Yo breaks silence, but barely after days of silence. Moneybagg Yo finally tweeted just 4 words. Y'all believe anything, no context. No follow-up, no denial. The tweet was deleted within the hour, but screenshots lived on. That only made it worse, because now the silence wasn't just suspicious. It was strategic. Industry peers start unfollowing GloRilla by now. Fans were keeping track of every celebrity's move like it was a chessboard. Cardi B unfollowed Leto, deleted their collab repost. Coi Leray tweeted Ion Rock wit fake vibes, no more. Yo Gotti still silent, still not following. But the most shocking move. Drake's team quietly removed her name from an upcoming festival lineup. The PDF version of the poster still had her, but the site's mobile version was already updated. That's how you know the industry is watching and backing away. Fans outside the jail protesting or clout chasing. Then came the crowd. Videos surfaced showing dozens of Glo fans outside the Alabama holding facility, waving signs that read, "Free Glo." This industry, dirty. And bizarrely, where's the USB? But critics said many weren't even fans, just TikTok creators trying to catch viral moments. One went live and said, "We don't know if she's guilty or not. We just trying to get the content." Lines between justice and clout-chasing insanity blurred real fast. Anonymous hacker promises more leaks and, finally, the moment that froze the internet cold. An anonymous account called @RealLeeKZ47 posted a chilling message. "Y'all shocked now? Wait till part 3 drops. You'll see who really planned it. 8:30 p.m. EST. Stay tuned." The tweet was accompanied by a screenshot of a locked video folder titled "Backroom Footage, Keef, Dirk, Glo. Miami_encrypted, whether it's real or not." The damage is done. People are already convinced that part 3 will take down more than just Glo. And now, the entire hip-hop world is holding its breath, because if that footage drops, careers, friendships, and maybe even labels will crumble. Just when it felt like the storm had peaked. Just when the timeline started gasping for breath after Aries Live and @RealLeeKZ47 single quotes as dark teaser. It happened. Part 3 of the footage leaked. And it wasn't 30 seconds. It wasn't blurry. It wasn't suggestive. It was a full-on chessboard expose, a quiet, devastating moment captured on a security cam inside a private visitation hallway. And standing there, right outside GloRilla's holding cell, is none other than Yo Gotti himself. Yo Gotti's secret visit changes EVRY to Chiangino Media New. No press reported it. No CMG page posted it. But now it's out there, time-stamped, clear as day. Yo Gotti. The same man who launched her career, the same one who called her family, is seen standing in a restricted hallway, flanked by 2 unknown men, one holding a briefcase. He presses the intercom, and this is what he says. "She don't get out till that file is found. I'm not risking my entire house over one artist. She played her hand, now she fold." What? Fans lost their collective minds. Yo Gotti, implying that GloRilla has a file, and that he's letting her sit in jail until it's recovered. That's not management. That's not brotherhood. That's betrayal. The internet immediately exploded with theories. Is the file the same USB she mentioned in her voicemail? Is it blackmail evidence? Is GloRilla holding on to something that could collapse CMG from the inside? The final scene of the footage was quiet. Too quiet after Gotti's cold message, the guards escort him away. He never enters her cell. He never looks at her. But the camera keeps rolling. 10 minutes later, GloRilla is brought out of the cell. In cuffs, not to be released, but to be moved. Moved where? That's what nobody knows. The footage ends with a silent hallway and one chilling moment. GloRilla turns to the camera, stares straight into the lens, and mouths the words, "They lead to me, and then her brother speaks out of nowhere, GloRilla's real-life brother, who's kept a low profile for years. Posts an Instagram story that fans instantly screenshotted before it vanished. "She told me everything before she got locked. If anything happened to her, the city gone bleed." It's giving coded threat. It's giving somebody better start talking before this goes left. The story was deleted in under 10 minutes, but the message etched into internet history. The industry is now in full panic mode. Sources are now saying multiple CMG staffers have hired lawyers. 2 festival bookings have quietly dropped. Glo's name, A record store in Memphis was broken into, with only her hard drives and signed posters. Missing people aren't asking what happened. Anymore, they're asking, what did GloRilla know? Who else is in this? And who's next? And just when it felt like that was the end of the tape, a final flash appears at the bottom of the screen. A red folder icon, labeled Insurance Policy. For emergency only, the file is unopened. Its contents unknown, but it's there, staring, waiting. The question is, will it ever be released? Or will the industry bury it before we ever find out what GloRilla was really fighting for? Y'all, after everything we just witnessed, the leaked jail tapes, the secret meeting with Yo Gotti, the USB mystery, the airy confrontation, and the shocking betrayal from inside CMG, one thing's crystal clear. This is deeper than anyone ever imagined. GloRilla ain't just a rising rapper caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. She's now at the center of a potential industry-wide cover-up, possibly sitting on information that could end careers, dismantle labels, and expose relationships we never knew existed. And the real question is she being protected? Or is she being punished for knowing too much? We need to hear from you. Let's light this comment section up. Like? Never before, do you think GloRilla was set up by someone inside CMG? Was she working with Dirk Bag, or both? What's on that USB drive? And who do you think is next to fall? Drop your predictions, your conspiracies, your wildest theories. We're reading all of them, and don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, because the moment part 4 of that footage leaks, or someone else comes forward, you already know we'll be the first to break it down for why single quotes, all. Until then, keep your ears open, your eyes sharp, and your loyalty questioned. Because in this game, even family turns when the files get found.